So let me move to the. Okay, Rishikesh, at the end we will speak. We will start the subject. Rishikesh, I will speak to you at the end of it. I'll give a mic for you. You can speak to me during the doubt session. Okay. Let me start now. So last class we prepared these many points, and now I want to enter into the types of exceptions. How many types of exceptions are there? Two types. One is what? Types of exceptions. Now I'm going to talk about types of exceptions. Very, very important. Entering into that types of exceptions in the class. Now follow me carefully. So during this discussion, as we discussed in the previous session, invalid index if I enter, what the error is coming? What the error is coming? Index error. What that index error is called? The exception class. If I enter 0 for denominator, what is that exception again? 0 division error. If I go for invalid conversion, what is that exception again? Value error. If I pass wrong conversion, impossible conversion, if I do it, that is called type error. Like that, if I do any sort of errors during our runtime, it will give you what type of exception? What type of errors are coming? Runtime errors are coming. Are you following me? So for every sort of exception, we are going to get it some type of exception. Those exceptions are already defined in Python. So we are having two types of exceptions. One is predefined, also called as what? Built-in exceptions. Built-in exceptions we can call. Built-in exceptions we can call. So built-in exceptions. Second one is user. That is a very, very important. That is a programmer, also called user, or custom defined exceptions. Custom defined exceptions. These are the next things. So what is predefined exception? What is predefined exception? How to take care about it? We need to understand here. Okay, simple. These exceptions already available in where? Python software. These exceptions already available in Python software, which is already developed by Python language developers. Dealing with what? Universal problems. What are the universal problems? For example, you take care about it. Division by 0. Division by 0. This is called what? One type of problem. What is the class name for that? Zero division error. Zero division error. Are you following me? Zero division error. Zero division error is called what? What is zero division error is called? Exception class. Already told you. What I said in the last time? To do this ABC steps, to perform ABC steps, PVM create an object of appropriate exception class. Sorry. PVM create an object of appropriate exception class. Though the appropriate exception class is available, though the appropriate exception class is going to give you the name of the object is created, and that will be requiring the class name. Example, if I take it, last class, let me open it. There is an example here I wrote it. There is an example which I wrote it. You observe it. Line number 2, no problem. Line number 3 also no problem related to input. 4 also no problem. 5 and 6 is done. And next is what? 7. A by B. 10 by 0. That problem is called what? Division by 0. Division by 0. The division by 0, which exception is coming? Zero division error is coming. Zero division error is coming. Such type of zero division error is a class name. That means for every type of problem like division by 0, whether you are using or I am using, what is the which class object is creating? Exception class object. What is the name of the exception? Zero division error. So come on, have the fixing now. Fix it. Just for a minute, student. Just for a minute, I am changing the batteries of the mic. Actually, Right. So take care about that. So we are going to enter into the further. Are you understanding this? Are you following me? Next, go to next one. Next one you take it. I'll go to the next part of it. Another example you take it. Python here, ex2.py, ex2.py. S1 is equal to 10 within the double quotes. S2 is equal to 5 within the double quotes. And then next is called what you know. I will say A is equal to int of S1, int of S1. B is equal to what? Int of S2, int of S2. Saying here S2, int of S2 I am saying. Next I am saying there C is equal to A by B. And next I will print the data like previous. I will print the data like previous. So I'll get it here. The main intention of doing this example is print this AB here, and C is equal to print this. Program execution started also, I'll write it. So in this case, what is happening? You observe it carefully. Line number 2, program execution started. 3 and 4 values are given in the form of strings. And next it is converted into what type? Integer type. And next is called what? Printing that AB and doing the division of it and getting the value like this. Okay. The main thing is 3 and 4 is called what type? String type. 6 and 7 I am converting into what type? Int type. Okay. In this case, there is no problem in the giving the input type. Everything is perfect. So I am going to save it. Now I am going to say it here done. Coming to the command prompt, D colon, I'm going to say Python here, saying here now 7 a.m. exceptions I will say, run this now. Py, see this now, output is coming like this. That indicates there is no problem in anywhere else giving the input. PVM is successfully executed. Now the point is, I am having 10xyz. What is this 10xyz is called, guys? This is called alphanumeric. As far as line number 2, no issue. Line number 3 also no issue. Line number 4, no issue. No problem in input. But during the line number 5, PVM is able to convert it or unable to convert it. So unable to convert it means it got what input? Wrong input. When wrong input comes, PVM cannot do that. Wrong input came. Invalid input came. What will happen because of that? Exception will occur. Runtime error will come. Exception will occur. When exception is occurring, what will be happening? Program execution will be abnormally terminated. PVM comes out of the program flow and it generates which message? Technical error message. So it is just coming out of the program without executing the further statements. That is known as what? Exception occurrence. To come out and then to stop the execution and to generate the system error message or technical error message, it has to create what? Object. Object need what? Exception class. The exception class for that type of statement is value error. What is that? Value error. You need to catch me quickly. Value error. Are you able to follow? Let us see this. Online students. Take care, guys. Now see students. Now see value error. Line number what? 5. Line number 5. See line number 5. Straightforward PVM is saying that not able to follow. Program just execution started. Got line number 5. Invalid input. Value error. Invalid literal for this int. Value error. Are you able to follow me? Right. Come back to this line. I'm going to say line number 5. Error. Getting my point? What is that exception now? What is that point is here? Invalid conversions. Invalid conversions. If you do invalid conversions, which type of error? Value error. So, in generally, for every disease, there is one tablet like. For every problem, there is one type of class. Next is called what? I'm going to take it. Now, one more thing is what? Invalid module name used. Invalid module name used. What is that error? Module not found error. Module not found error. What is this module not found error is called exception class name. What is value error is called exception class name. Zero division error is called what? Value exception class name. Now next is called wrong index, student. Wrong index. Wrong index is known as what, ma? Index error. Index error. I'm saying that. Next, I'm going to say one more point is what, wrong attribute name I am using. Wrong attribute name I am using. What is it? Attribute error. Attribute error. Okay. Wrong attribute name. It is called attribute error. Next is called like that you go on writing it. Unable to modify the global variables in the body of function. What is that error is called? Unbound local error. Like that for every type of problem there is an exception is there or not? Like this we are writing it. These are all called what type of exceptions, ma? Predefined exceptions we can call. Later in software industry, all the predefined exceptions may not be able to solve your requirement. Some of the exceptions you need to develop it. Suppose, take an example. These exceptions developed by whom? Python programmers. Available in where? Python project sheet is available. These are available in where, ma? These are available in where? Python software. Python software. This is available in Python software. Developed by what? Rosum, father of Python. And used for which purpose? Universal problem solving. Universal problem solvings. Universal problem solvings. Understand? These are my classes and etc. Programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. What are the programmer or user defined exceptions? Developed by whom? Come on, Python programmers. Correct? Developed by what? Python programmers. So, coming to the point of it. Okay, ma Minnu Kumari. F is missing. Good. So, developed by Python programmers. So, like that, everybody must be sincere. Even A is missing. You have to tell. Very good, student. Developed by Python programmers. And available in where? Python projects. Python projects they are available in. And used by what? Other team members of the project. Regarding what? Suppose I am attempting to enter what? Tell me, students. Attempting to enter what wrong pin in ATMs. Wrong pin in ATMs. Take care. All of you should feel that. We are trying to enter wrong pin in ATMs. What will happen? Is it valid input or invalid input? Invalid input is called exception. Exception means what to create? Object. Object, right or not? That object need what? Exception class. Do you have that exception class in Python software? No. Who need to develop then? Programmer. That's why it is known as what? Programmer defined exceptions. I will develop what? I will explain that. It's a great topic. And really we feel proud of that. Pin error, I will develop it. Lot of exceptions, I will develop it. Right? So, yesterday, I took some interviews for the mentors in our lab. Out of 50, I selected only one. And they don't know anything. And most of them came. So many people came. But the moment when I enter there, some of our students are there. They went out. Why? You will ask all complicated questions. Unable to qualify. Went out. So, only one student of us is there. Of course, other people are there. Outsiders are there. Because our students will have some high expectations. 6.0, 7.0 like that. And here, for hostel, when you are a student, when you are a learner, for some type of hostel maintenance and all, that much they will provide here. So one student, only our student only there. And I asked all the people, how many data types are there? I started my question. Most of them said that 2 into float 2. I asked what is integer. Okay, go, carry on. Next, one student said char, int char bool. What is char? Character. What is boolean? What is int? Integer. Very good student. Gold medal must be given. So like that. So all people are like that. Okay, let it be. It's not necessary to talk about it. My point is only one. Read well and have a colorful things. So attempting to enter what? A wrong pin in ATMs. What is that? First understand this. It is known as what? Exception. It is called wrong input. Wrong input is known as what? Exception. Exception required to create object. Object need class. What is the class? Pin error. Do you have the class in Python software? No. That's why we are creating it. We are creating it. What is that error name? Pin error. We will create it. How to create it? We will see. Next, I'm going to talk about what? Attempting to enter wrong pin in ATMs. Next, I'm going to see attempting to withdraw. Attempting to withdraw. What is this? More amount than existing balance. Existing balance in account. What is it? Also wrong input now. Every wrong input is called exception. Exception means object to create. To create an object, exception class is required. Do you have the exception class here? No. Definitely what I need? Class is required. That class is not there in where? Python software. So who need to develop? Right. Next, another part I will write it. Attempting to enter wrong username and password. Wrong username and password, students. Wrong username and password in Gmail or somewhere else. What it is called? Exception. Need to create an object. Object creation require what? Class. That class is not there in Python software. So who need to develop that class now? Programmer. Like this, if I go on doing it for every moment of it, whenever you are doing any mistake you are getting in your project development, you will develop your own exception class. That's really a great concept, and we will do a lot of examples on it. So how many types of exceptions are there? Two types that I will show you: predefined and programmer defined. So that I will go for it and I will show you that types of what? Exceptions I will take it. Types of exceptions in Python. I'll place it here and observe types of exceptions here and look at. So here I am saying, try to understand. Here I am saying, come on students, read out. In Python programming, we have two types of exceptions. They are predefined or built-in exceptions, programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. And next is what? Predefined exceptions I'm saying. These exceptions are already developed by Python, developed in Python software, already defined in Python software, and they are used by Python programmers for dealing with universal problems. See, some of the universal problems are invalid value conversion. What is that? Invalid operations, type error, invalid indices, invalid module names, wrong attributes, attribute error, division by zero problems, zero division error. These are all called predefined or programmer defined. Predefined. Similarly, programmer or user or custom defined exceptions. Simple. These exceptions are defined and developed by programmers and they are available in Python project and they are used by other programmers of same project for dealing with common problems. Good. Some of the common problems are attempting to enter invalid PIN in ATM based applications, attempting to enter invalid username and password, attempting to withdraw invalid account from this amount. These are all called our own problems in our project. That's why available dealing with what? Common problems I said, not universal. General problems coming across in my ATM project, for example. These kind of exceptions you need to develop it. Are you following, students? Online students, are you comfortable in types of exceptions? If you say after that, I'll go for the most important topic. Right, students? Now I'm going to enter into another part of the discussion. Here I'm going to talk about handling the exception. A very big topic I am entering into. See, To enter into the programming, I have to cover all these concepts first. Handling the exceptions, I'm going to talk. Easy, students? Now try to follow me. Come on. Try to involve in this handling exception. Can you tell me what is the meaning of that? Handling exceptions are nothing but come on, answer. Converting technical error messages into very good. Technical error messages into what messages? User-friendly error message. User-friendly error message. Your user-friendly error message. Right? This part already we know. It is nothing but indirectly exception handling only. Now I am going to say, for handling the exceptions is concerned. For handling the exception. Handling exceptions are nothing but I wrote. Converting what messages? Technical error messages into right. So in handling the exception process, we have 5 keywords. We have how many keywords? 5 keywords are there. Very, very important. They are number one, I said try. Number 2 is called what? Except. Number 3 is called else. Number 4 is called finally. Number 5 is called raise. How many keywords? 5 keywords are there. Tell me what are the keywords one by one. Try, except, else, finally, raise. Online students, take care guys, all of you. So what is try? What is accept? What is the syntax for that? I want to tell you. So I'm going to use it syntax for handling the exception. Now we are going to see examples in today. Handling the exceptions we are going to take up. How many keywords are there? 5. And it is the most important, students. Everybody will ask you what they will do here. I'm going to explain the syntax for handling the exception. Before going to explain the syntax for handling the exception, I would like to write one small type of program. Okay, look at that. That program will make you to understand what is the need of these keywords. How many keywords are required? 5. What are that? Spell out once again. Try, except, else, finally, raise. These are the keywords. Online students, are you there? Now I'm going to talk about the syntax. What is the need of understanding this syntax also? We need to get it. So let us move to the further discussion. I'm going to talk about one simple example. Let us go to the program now. See that. Python program, I'm going to take it. Online students, are you there? No response coming so far. Okay. So how many keywords are there? All of you type it. How many keywords are there? So please respond. For every question you responded. Now I'm going to introduce the keywords importance now. That's why I'll go for one program. See students, program for calculating division of two numbers by accepting from keyboard. By accepting from where? Keyboard. Now I'm going to give you this. Right. Now I'm going to write it. Chandra, good. So Chandra typed everything. All the keywords typed. Shai Dharani also typed it. Rest of them typed only 5 like that. Now I'm going to take up A is equal to or S1 is equal to. I'll write a detailed code here. I will write here print of program execution started. Program execution started. Carefully understand. So far how we wrote it, I am writing program execution started. Okay. Now I am writing S1 is equal to input of enter first value. Enter first value. Fine. Next I will take it enter second value also I am taking. Enter second value I am taking. Second value I am taking. S2. Now I am taking next string by string we cannot do, right? S3 is equal to S1 by S2. Is it a valid operation or invalid operation? Invalid operations gives you what result? Invalid operations will give you what? Type error. Type error. Let me give you, students. I'm going to give you what? div example1.py. First example. See that? Save it up to here. Go to the location, guys, and then see here div1. Go to the command prompt and try to say py div example1.py 10 and then next 2. I am entering input data only, but they are taken in the form of which type? String type, and S1 by S2. String by string, it will give you what? Unsupported operand types. What is that error name? Type error. It is impossible operation. Impossible operations are called what? Type error. Okay, this is I am not taking into consideration. Shall I move forward? Right. So, coming to the point back, now I am going to enter into, convert into what type? Int type. So, A is equal to what type? Int of S1. Int of S1. B is equal to int of S2. Converted. Then do the division. C is equal to what? A by B. Now I am writing here. As usual, here I will write it. Print of \t. Some \t. A value I want to print it. \t. B value I want to print it. Dot format of what? Dot format of what? A comma B. A comma B. C is equal to, now I am writing DAV is equal to dot format of what I am saying. C I am saying. C I am saying. Program execution ended. Careful monitoring is required, student. Program execution ended, I am saying. Okay. Now observe it. So what is this line number 3? There is no issue at all. There is no problem in giving my input. There is no problem in giving my input. Next is called enter the value like this. 2 values we are accepting it. Next is called what? Converting into integer and doing that, printing that value what you converted and doing the calculation, division, and the division is printed, execution is ended. Py div1.py, enter the first value. I'll say 10, I'll say 2, and I'm getting perfect answer. A value, B value coming or not? Division also correspondingly this result is coming. So division also the result is coming. Enter 100 and say some 20. Answers are coming. Program execution is also ended. So this is called what? Input is given. Valid input is given. Valid output is coming. No issue at all. Now I am going to say enter the value. Now I am saying 10. Now I am entering KVR. Value error. So how this is done? Beginning I told you. We enter only proper data because you are only the developer, you are only the running person. Now in tomorrow what you will do? You are the developer. Some person will run your program. When some person will run your program, what they will do? They will enter their own value by knowing or not knowing, right? That time you have to give that message to him what he entered unwantedly. That is called your greatness of the coding. Correct or not? In this case, what is happening? I will trace it out. Line number 2, entering the value called 10. Line number 5, entering the value called KVR. Line number 6, 10 is converted into integer, no issue. Line number 7, able to convert or not able to convert? Not able to convert. Where is an exception is coming? Line number 7. Which exception? Value error. The moment when exception is coming, what will happen? It comes out of the program and gives which message? Technical error message. To come out and generate the technical error message, it has to create an object or not? Object of which error? Value error. So that I will show you here. You see guys, see that line number 7, value error, unable to do it. To stop this abnormal termination, enter only one object is created. When class is going on, all of a sudden sleeping is called what? Value error. All of a sudden object is created. Right? Object is created. So coming to the point of it, what error is created? Value error. Run it once again now. So line number 7 exception is there or not? What is this message? Please read out. Is it understandable by normal user? No. Who will understand? Python programmer, not all Python, only some genuine Python programmers. Only good subject related people only can understand that this is an exception. This I want to enter into what? Don't enter alphanumerical value. What that message is called? User friendly error message. Very shortly I will show you. So this type of technical error message, whatever is highlighted, to what? Don't enter don't enter. I will write it here. What I am writing. Don't enter alphanumeric values, strings, and then symbols. Don't enter. This type of user friendly error message I want to give. Without giving this type of message, to do this conversion, I need how many keywords? 5 keywords I need. These keywords are helping me in converting what messages? Technical error messages into user friendly error message. Are you able to follow me? Right. Next, one exception came. Take care, students. One more time I am running it. 10. And next time entering what? 0. 10 and 0. What is happening? 10 and 0 is called what? Observe that. There is no problem in line number 3. No problem in line number 4, 10. And then 5. No problem. Converted properly also no problem. Printing the AB value no problem. When it comes to line number C, PVM is unable to print 10 by 0, unable to calculate. It is called what? Exception. Object to create. Which object? 0 division error. It will come out of it and gives which message? Technical error message. See that? Line number 9. Line number 9. This entire message is called what? Technical error message. We don't want to give this technical error message. We want to give it. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. What message it is? User friendly error message. Which message it is? Yes. To give user friendly error message, I need to use what? Those keywords. Try, except, else, finally, raise I need to use. Getting my point? This is called which message? Technical error message. This is called which message? User friendly. If I want to give this type of messages, 5 keywords I need to use it. 5 keywords. How to use it? Very shortly I will go for it. Next, one more time you run it. div. I am saying the first value itself is called some dollar I am entering. Some dollar I am entering. Some 3 I am entering. There is no issue in the line number 3. There is no problem in 4 also dollar accepted. 5 also no problem. But a dollar value converted into integer, no? That time problem is coming. That time problem is coming. So, that time problem is coming. What is happening that time problem? Invalid conversion is taking place. See that line number 6, value error is going to come. Value error. So line number 6, 1 exception, line number 9 exception, line number 7 exception. Totally how many exceptions? If I want to give my own messages, I need to definitely go for rewriting the program with which syntaxes? Exception handling syntaxes I need to convert it. Did you understand, guys? Now last and final. Observe it, run my program, 120, first time I am running, the valid. Since I developed it, I am only running. I know what value to enter, what value not to enter. This is called what? One success. Next is called what? See, second time, another person is running, who is going to work on my project. Here, end user and then programmer. First one is run by what? Programmer. Programmer knows what to enter, what not to enter. But here I am entering what? Second time who is running? User is running. He is entering 10 and he is entering something like user is entering. He will enter anything. He will dance on the keyboard. Your program should say don't dance on the keyboard. That is called your talent in the coding. So, user. Say this is called what? In this case, what is happening? In this case, what is happening? S1 and S2, no problem. 6 also, no problem. 7, user cannot convert it into the numerical value. See that this program is, end user will not understand. End user will say, your program is wasted. It is giving some message. What is that? He is thinking that your program is failed. If your program is saying that don't enter this alphanumeric strings and symbols, then you will understand, yes, he done mistake on your project. Are you following me? Next, if you sit in the car, the moment when you close the door, the moment when you start your engine and your system, your dashboard has to say, please fasten the seat belt. Then you will feel what? Oh, my car is very good, you will feel. That means when you are not keeping that seat belt, it will say fasten the seat belt. When you are going on the way, door is not closed. It's saying that the doors are open. And you will check the doors. These are all called what? Making your vehicle more stronger. And when you are going on the way, it is showing that fuel low. Fuel low. What is that is called? User-friendly error messages. When you are going on the way, your handbrake did not release. You are going on the way and it is saying that handbrake is on and release it. Now, if you release it, it is going faster. Are you able to get this? These are all called what? Messages which are seeing on the dashboard. And similarly, when they do wrong operation on your project, you have to show all these messages. Did you understand, students? Well, so line number 7 is unsuccess because you are getting which message? User-friendly error message or technical error message? First one is success, second one is success. 2 times, first one is success, second one is not success. Third one I will run it. Third time. I'll say 10x and I'll say 5. Also technical error message. Third time also technical error message. Fourth time he is running 10 and then 0. Fourth time also not success. Totally how many times you have run? 5 times. 4 times you run. Out of 4 times, what is happening? 1 time only success. Rest of 3 times is unsuccess. My project is success or unsuccess? Unsuccess. Is it weak or strong? Weak. To make it strong, I have to use these keywords. How many keywords are there? Now I am going to write the syntax. Syntax I am going to write. Why this syntax is used for? To handle the exception. To convert the technical error messages into what? User-friendly error message. For that, how many keywords are required? 5 keywords are required. Shall we start the keywords now? Yes. Moreover, I am going to discuss here. Observe these lines of code. Observe these lines of code. In the line number 6, in the line number 7, what type of exception chance is there to get it? If you are a real programmer, every programmer has to understand which exception will come for which statement. If you are a very perfect doctor, which type of problem, which type of tablet? Did you understand? Like that, for this statement, there is no exception at all. For line number 5 also, there is no exception at all. There is a possibility of occurring exception because you have seen in your discussion, line number 9 exception, line number 6 exception, line number 7 exception. What is the line number 7 exception? Value error. Line number 6 exception, value error. Line number 9 exception, 0 division error. Go to the place. Now I am saying A is equal to int of S1. This is called one type of what? Exception generated statement. Now I am writing cross mark. I am identifying in my program which statements are weak statements. Which statements are exception generated statements. Which statements are exception generated statements? Int A is equal to what? Int of S1. There is a possibility of generating which exception? Value error. I am indicating that cross mark statements are called what? Exception generated statements. Which exception will come? Line number 7 also, which exception generated statement? Same. This is called a value error. Value error this is. This also called value error. Next also called value error. Here also I am writing value error. Are you able to follow, students? Similarly, step number 9 also. Step number 9 also exception. Which error it is? 0 division error. 0 division error. So totally how many exceptions are there in my program? 2. 2. Value error 2 times and 0 division error 1 time. 3 errors? No. There are 2 errors only. Value error is one time and zero division error is another time. Am I correct? So finally, what did you answer it? What did you understand? Whenever you write the program, it is your responsibility to diagnose, to understand how many exceptions are there in my program. Whichever statements are generating exception, they are called what? Exception generated statements. Spell out. So which are the exception generated statements? 6, 7 and then what? 9. So they must be monitored very well. So now I am writing the syntax. Carefully follow. Online students, are you able to understand up to here? Did you understand my explanation of identifying this value error and etc. zero division error? Now I am going to enter into the syntax for handling the exception. Now I am going to start. Now I am going to say, see students, try. What is a try here? What is a try? Keyword. Try is a keyword. Test it once. Every part of it, you experience it in the class. You experience it. So, coming to the point back, here I am going to say, take it bold. Now I am going to take up. Try is equal to some 34. It is an error or not? Next I am writing except is equal to 56. Also error. Else is equal to some 56 error. Finally also is equal to 56 error. Raise is equal to 5.6 also error. All of them are what? Keywords. Understand students? Right. Akshay. Exactly. Reserved words there cannot be used as identifiers. Already rule is given or not? Akshay. Very good. Now coming to the point of try. What is a try? Keyword. Now today I am writing for the adjacent to keyword, I am writing one colon. What is that colon? I forget. Indentation symbol. Every indentation symbol, any keyword is containing indentation, we call it as a try block. Spell out. Try block. Spell out everybody. Try block. Now immediately in the try block, we maintain the indentation. We write block of statements generates what? Exceptions. Block of statements generates exceptions. What are all the statements are generating exceptions? Those statements must be written in try block. Sir, why to write it? Now I am telling. In our program, whatever the statements I have written it is the plain statements I written without any kind of try or except blocks are not there. It is a plain program. Nothing but a person is going on the bike without helmet. A person is going in the car without seat belt, without any security precautions. Nothing but what? Strong or weak? Weak. Now we are writing the same program by keeping those statements under which block? Try block. What is the speciality of writing the statements under try block? If I don't write within the try block, what will happen? My dear students, if I don't write the statements under a try block, if an exception is occurring any one of these lines, simply coming out of the program and straightforward give which message? Technical error message. By writing these statements under which block? Try block. By writing the statements under a try block, exception generated statements under a try block, do you know what is happening? PVM is entering into try block. It is getting an exception here. The moment when exception is occurring which are written in try block, PVM will not go out of the program flow. It gives a chance to the programmer to convert the technical error message of corresponding exception to user-friendly error message. Such type of conversion will be done automatically. What is that? After that, you need to write corresponding to the try parallelly. I will write what? Except block. Except I am writing it. Except I am writing try. Because of writing the exception generated statements under a try block, what is happening? It is not allowing the PVM to go out of the program flow. It is simply coming out of the try block and looking for what? Except block. Except block is actually having lot of syntaxes are there. I will tell in the class 5 syntax. That is on the next class I will tell you. Today I will tell you the standard syntax we use in the real time. Except what I will write it here, exception class name I will write it. Exception class name I will write it. Do you know exception class names which you are getting in your program? Yes. And even if you say, sir, if I don't know the name of the exception, by default, what are you getting? What are you getting? Are you getting exception names or not? Division error, value error. Are you getting exception names by default or not? These are called what? With the technical error messages, they are printing the name of the exception. Indirectly, I can understand the name of the exception also. Correct or not? Go to the place. Now I am going to say here, you need to write exception class name. The moment when an exception is occurring in try block, PVM is going out of the programmer or coming out of the try. Coming out of the try and looking for except block. It is like a match case. It's working like. If that exception occurring in the try block is matching with that exception name, you are supposed to write inside of this except block, which message? User friendly error message. So I will write it here. I'll write very shortly example. Block of statements. What is that? Generates which message? User friendly error message. User friendly error message is going to come. User friendly error message is going to come. Are you able to understand? Come on, the flow I am going to start once again. PVM enters into where? Try block. First of all, why are you writing try block? Try block is making the PVM not to leave the program when exception is occurring. When exception is occurring, PVM is coming out of which block? Try block. Total control over the program, we are getting it. It comes out of the try block, looking for immediately which block? Except block. Whatever the exception is occurring inside the try block, PVM knows. Whatever the exception class name you are writing, if it matches, if that exception name is matching, it will print what? Corresponding block of statements generate which messages? User friendly error messages will be generated. Are you able to understand? Now, I will write the code. Still, I will continue the syntax, students. Still not completed. I will write the code. Still, I will continue. Go to your program. These are my statements. Now I am going to start with same program. I will take it. Look at that. Writing these things for program I am writing. So div2.py. What is the statement I am writing? Here also program execution started. Next after that, what are you getting? Values you are accepting. Okay. Values you are accepting. Nice. Are you getting any exception there? No. That are nothing but what? Safety statements only. Next I will write it. What are the statements we are getting exception? Line number 6, 7, and then obviously 8, and then what? 9. These statements I will write it. Then I will write what? Try. And I will write those statements. Come on, what are those statements? I will write these two statements there. Exception generated statements we can call. Yes, done. After that, what is happening? I'll print the result also. Slowly, I will tell you everything here, students. Carefully follow. I will write this statement here. I am writing. And remove this data also. C is equal to A by B, I am writing. Next, I am writing what? Except I am writing. What is an exception is coming? Here one error is there. What is that error? Value error. And here what is there? Zero division error is also there. I will print this statement also here. I will write this statement also here. You see, I will write these statements inside. Now, later I will do some changes, students. What is that error I will write first? Value error. Take care. Value error. Assume that we know value error. Except name of the exception class. What is the message you are saying? User friendly error message. Don't enter ALNUMs, alphanumerics. What is next? STRs. And what? Symbols for integer data. For which data? Integer data. I'm going to give you like this. Try to run this code once, students. Try to run it. Now take care. div2.py you write it. I'll give you some easy way to you. Right now, try to run this. Go to the place, py, div2, program execution started. Program execution started. Go to the program now. Program execution started. What is this now? Enter the first value. We are at that stage. Enter that. Come on. What is the value now? 10. What is the value next time entering? 2. 2. Enter into which block? Try block. Try block. And doing the conversion properly, getting the result, everything is done. Now I am going to say, see students, values are printed. Program execution ended or not? For your clarity, I will give you some small meaning. Some line I will write it. What I am writing now you say. Try block I am writing. Try block I am writing. Just observe it. Just observe it. Now I am writing it. See that 120 I am saying. Try block. Values are printed. Execution is completed. Understand? Now the point I am going to say. Enter 10 and 5x you say. 5x. Careful move. I accepted two values in both the places. What is happening? Try block is entered. Is it converting? 10 converted. Line number 9 converted? No. Simply coming out of which block? You are inside of which block? It is simply coming out of which block? Try block. Try block. When the PVM is coming out of this try block, PVM knows which type of exception occurs. PVM knows which exception? Value error. Coming to this except block, PVM is comparing that exception which is there in its mind with the exception which you are writing. Value error, PVM got it. Value error, you have written it. Is it matching or not? What the message is printing? Don't enter AL, NUMs, STR symbols and what? For integer data. Is it message is coming or not? You verify. See students, here try block coming out of it and giving you what? Don't enter AL, NUMs, STRs, symbols for which data? This is which message? Is it good program or not? Next, one more thing you write it. One more thing you enter. I will say KVR. I will say ABC. See, immediately it is giving to that. It is coming out of the try block and going for what? Except the block and giving this message or not. Right? And see students, you are in the value. You are in this place. If you want, you can give this message also. Which block you are in? Except block. If you want, you can write. Of course, you can understand it just for your understanding. You see students, KVR. And I will say Python here. I say Python here. See the message, try block coming out of it, except block printed or not? Now, you take care students. One more now. You say 100, you say 0. Enter inside of where try block. Properly converted, no problem. Values also printed, no problem. Line number 5, 100 by 0. Is it valid or invalid? Come on. Invalid. Invalid means comes out of which block? Try block. Looking for which block? Except block. Is it matching? Now, what PVM knows the exception here? 0 division error. What is an except you have? Is the PVM is able to match it? No. Do you have any more except block here? No. It simply leave the program. No more except blocks are there. It is leaving and giving which message? Technical error message is coming. See that answer now. See that answer now. It is going to give you what? It is try block is printed. There is no more except block. It is giving which message? Yes. So what do you do? Again I will write what? Again I will handle this exception or not? Right. What you will do guys? I say, come on. Error. 0 division error. Print of, what is this now? Don't enter 0 for denominator. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Are you following me? Is it called one more except block or not? This is called one more except block. See students, run this code now perfectly. Enter the value 100. Enter the value 0. Come on, last and final. Accepted the value. Enter into try block. Converted properly. printed that C is equal to A by B, 100 by 0 is an exception, comes out of that except block. Is it matching? No. Is it matching? Yes. What the message is printing? Don't enter 0 for denominator. See, don't enter 0 for denominator. Try block values are printed. Jump to exception block. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Next I will say 10 and Hyderabad I will enter. It is going to give you what? Don't enter AL, NUMs and symbols. The overall picture I will say, by keeping this entire thing, every statement I will write from now onwards. Of course, this S1 and S2 is accepted outside of the try block or not. So by keeping the safety of the programming, I am writing those statements also inside of each block. Inside of each block, try block. Now I am removing these unnecessary things because you are already understand this flow. See students, in try block, I am accepting the result and I am doing conversion, written everything in the place itself. Are you able to follow? Now try to run it. Try to run it. Two programs I'll run. div1. div1 means what? With the tria, without tria, without anything. Plain program this is. Run this code ma. 100, 10 and 2. Output is coming. First time okay. Second time you see exception is coming. Exception is coming or not? Next you see 6. Next one 10. HYD you enter. Exception is coming. Technical error messages are coming. Now say here 10x and then $1 you say exception is coming. These are all called what? Technical error messages. It is called a weak program or strong program. Right. Come on to the point of it. Come on to the point of it. div2.py. Now say 102. 102. No more except blocks will execute because I am entering what? Perfect input. No more except blocks will come. See the answer now. Am I getting the perfect result or not? Perfect result. Now next is called what? 100 and what? 0. 100 and 0, which exception? 0 division error. See, don't enter 0 for a denominator. Earlier message you see. This is called a dangerous technical error message is coming. And this is giving you what? User friendly. Are you able to follow? Next, you say next is called what? 100. And next is called what? Minnu Kumari I am writing. So, it is going to be given some type of what? Again you say, don't enter AL, NUMs, STR symbols for integer data. Again you run it. Don't enter anything. Don't enter anything. I don't enter anything. It is called what again? Don't enter symbols and etc. Are you able to follow this? Yes. Are you able to getting this? Right. So Minnu Kumar is asking, sir, can we take more than one exception in the same except block with a comma? That only I said, Minnu Kumari. Few minutes back I said, except block, there are various types are there. Tomorrow I will tell you. There are so many forms are there. And she is getting a doubt. Where I am going to explain, Minnu Kumari? You see, mom, because you have doubt, that I will explain it. Various forms of except block. Your doubt you see, ma, where I am going to address tomorrow. You see, except exception class name 1, exception class name 2, exception class name n. Are you seeing, ma? Minnu Kumari? Are you seeing this? This is what is called form number 2. I will explain it. Everything I will tell you, students, which is beyond your scope. Please follow me carefully. So now, stay Rahul, sir, not received package program using sys.path.append, path variable. Rahul, don't worry. I told already to you. Don't worry about that. I will take care. Packages program, I will take care once again. Okay, Rahul, be relaxed. First of all, you forget about package completely. Okay, now I'll take care about it. Are you able to understand? Now, this is called what is written here? Try and then what? Except. How many except blocks I am writing? 2. 2 except blocks I am writing. So, coming to the point of it. Now, Janak Prasad is asking one question. So, Janak Prasad is asking a question. 0 and then what? 10. 0 by anything is called what? 0. So 0 by anything is normal calculation only will come. So Janak Prasad may be non-mathematics student, like a non-IT student, non-mathematics student. 10, 0, 0. What is that? 0 only. So the division is called what? See, my dear student, Janak Prasad. Now, no exception is coming. Are you able to follow? Right. So, coming to the point back. Are you able to understand this? Go to syntax. Try exception class name 1. I will write it one more here. Exception class name what? Come on. 2. Exception class name 2. Like this, I can write what? Exception class name n. Exception class name n. N number of except blocks I am writing. Online students, are you able to understand this syntax? Offline students, are you following me? Right. So, try block. So many exceptions are there inside the try block. For every exception of this statement, we are writing the corresponding except block. Tell me, why are you writing the statements in try block now? For monitoring the exceptions and not making the PVM to go out of the program flow, just to make it out of it and go to where? Except block. What are all the statements are generating exceptions? Right under which block? So it is known as what? Exception monitoring block we can call. Once an exception occurring in try block, it comes out of the try block, execute the corresponding except block. Will it execute all the except block or any one of the except block? Any one of the except block. Without writing try block, we cannot write what block? Except block. First, monitoring is important. So without a try, there is no except block. Are you getting the command over a try block? Why do you write try block? Suppose class is going on. Some students are coming late. I will have some monitoring about them. Class is going on. All of a sudden, suddenly sleeping in the class. I have some monitoring about them. What is it all called? Try block. Except block. If I go on observing it, if they are sleeping, I will tell them, don't sleep. What is that message? Like that. Don't tell these examples in interview. I am telling this example, the sleeping students will wake up. That's why I am saying that. Because you will expect sir will speak something other than the subject. So you will relax. Sit properly. Sit properly. Comfortable. How many keywords are there? Stand up. How many keywords are there? You are totally relaxed, I hope so. How many keywords are there? Silence. How many keywords are there? All of you, how many keywords are there? How many keywords are there? 5. What are the silence? What are those? Tell me. Not yourself. He is asking him only. What are those keywords? 5. Okay, అయిపోయింది అది. What are the 5 keywords? Number 1, try. Good. Now order. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. In middle of it, snacks. Dinner, lunch, breakfast, digestion problems will come. First one, try. Good. Everybody. Silence. Second and second day. Third and third. Not listening, concentrating outside. I thought you are listening very perfectly. Sit down. No problem. Sit down. Listen carefully. So once we come to the class, we have to do that work perfectly. Suppose if I go to movie, I have to enjoy the movie perfectly. I have to see each and every part of the cinema. After going to cinema, if I remember while loop, while else, for loop, for else, what is the use of that? Ticket is wasted now. If you go for some hotel, you enjoy the taste of the food by eating what is happening in my room, what is happening to Python, else block and all those things. There is no use. When I come to the class, I have to fully involve in the class. I should not happen what is happening outside, what is that. I should not. Correct? You came already to the class now. Then what work is there for you? Only studies up to 21 years. Come on, fast. Come to the point of it. How many accept blocks are there? How many accept blocks are there? 5 of any number of accept blocks are there. But any point of time, only one accept block will execute. So, at any point of time, only one accept block will execute. Not all the accept block. Tell me, program PVM control enters into which block first? Try block. Try block is known as what? Exception monitoring block. What are you doing in accept block? I am processing the exception. Converting the technical error message into what message? That is known as exception processing block. Exception processing block. Exception monitoring block is try block. Exception processing block is called try block. Accept block. Are you following me? Right. Next I will go for C. If a PVM enters into try block, any exception is coming, it will come to the corresponding accept block. That's perfect. Now I am saying that in try block, no more exceptions are coming. If no exceptions are coming, it is a mandatory to write try and accept block compulsory. I did not write else. I did not write what? Finally block I did not write. Now I need to write what there? Now I am writing. If no exception is coming, you are supposed to write. You can write it. You can add it. If no exception is coming means result is ready or not? Such results are supposed to generate in which block? Else block. Block of statements, else block writing is optional, students. Block of statements generates what? Results. Generates results. Block of statements generates results. Now I will go to my program. I will write the else part. Actually, I did not write else part. My program was running. Writing else block is called what? Optional. Writing else block is called optional. Now I am writing today else. What I will do? I will print my result. What is my result generated statement? You see, A value printing, A value printing, B value, this result also I am printing. This also I will print it. This also I will print it. And then once result is printed, program execution completed. Are you able to follow, students? Slowly I am going to say what? Program execution completed. Still you want to print it here. Value of A is equal to, you are printing that. Value of B is equal to, I can write it. Print off I am writing. Print off I am writing. What is that? Value of B I will say. Value of B I will say. Now I am writing here dot format of what? A. And I am writing here dot format of what? B. And div is equal to format of C. I wrote it. Did you understand this point? Right. Run this code now. Execute. Come to the point of it. Program execution started. Try block is entered. I say 100 and then 50. Do you have any exception here? No. Perfectly this is executed. No more exceptions are there in this block of try. It is simply coming to which block? Else block. No exceptions are there, come to which block? If exceptions are there, come to where? That time else block will not execute. Once again, if exceptions are there here, it will execute any one of the except block or not. That time it will go out. If no more exceptions are there, simply coming to which block? So else and except are, any one will execute, both of them will not execute. Did you understand that point? Come out of that. See, students, press the enter key here. Press the enter key here. Now I am saying, you see that it is coming. Which block is printed? Else block is printed. Are you getting my point? Now you say, I will say 100 and 0. What is happening? Exception is there. It will come to where? It will come to where? 0 division error. That time result will not come. Only user-friendly message is coming. So you are successful in giving output. You are successful in giving user-friendly message also. So overall program is success or not success? When they enter wrong input, you are telling them you are wrong. When they enter a correct, you are giving the result. You are successful programmer in doing. Next I will enter something like 100 and ABC. And you are giving the valid user-friendly message. In overall point of it, my program is successful. Are you following me? Right. So tell me, if exception is occurring, what blocks are executing? Try block, a part of try block will execute, and then corresponding except block will execute. If no exceptions are there in try block, complete try block will execute and else block will execute. Did you understand? Right. After executing either complete try block and else block, after executing part of try block and except block, there is one more block is executing compulsory, which is known as finally block. Writing finally block is also optional. I am from finally block. What is the use of finally block? You don't worry. I am from finally block. Else block is used for what purpose? Result generation purpose. Correct? Except block is for what? User friendly message generation purpose. Except try block is for what? Exception monitoring purpose. Understand? Finally block also there is one purpose is there. Finally block will execute compulsorily irrespective of whether exception is occurring or not. Whether exception is occurring or not. So I will write it. This line I will remove from here. Program execution is completed in the case of exception occurrence, in the case of result generation. Yes or no? Class is completed. Completely listening student also class completed. Not listening student also completed. Sleeping student also completed the class. Completely listening student is completed means successful output. Not listening and sleeping student also completed means incomplete only. After going out, you cannot take tea also. Satisfaction is not there. Why? Class did not understand. Correct or not? That's why I am writing finally block. In the finally block, I am writing what? Program execution completed. Program execution completed either in the case of result or in the case of which message? User friendly error message. See how beautiful code it is. Run the code. Which block? Which block? 100 and what? 20. 120. Do you have any exception here? Where it is coming? Very good. Else block. Else block is called result generated block. After that, which block? Finally block. Finally block will execute compulsorily, irrespective of whether exception is occurring or not. See the result of it. Now I am getting result is coming. I am from finally block. Program execution ended or not? Yes. Now see students, I will say 100 and then 0. 100 and 0. Fourth line no problem, fifth no problem, sixth no problem, 7 no problem, 8 no problem, ninth there is a problem. Exception is occurring. When exception is occurring, go to where? First except block. Come out of the try block. First except block not matching. Second except block matching. Corresponding indentation block of statement will execute. Don't enter 0 for denominator. Go to which block? Finally block. This is an output is coming. This is an output is coming. See the message now. See the answer now. Don't enter 0 for denominator. I am finally block and program execution ended. When you keep the pin, when you keep the card in reverse order, it is coming out and saying that what? Don't keep your card reverse order or insert the card properly and your card is coming out. Card is coming out means what? Program execution is completed. Did you understand? Now similarly you go for what? Enter the first value 10 and enter the second value called HYD. Also giving you don't enter alphanumerical values etc. I am from finally block. Program execution ended. Did you understand? And don't worry about the finally block. I will tell you what is the finally block in the next class. So at present you are understanding the syntax of this. Did you understand? Now I am writing here. Which block I am writing? Finally block. Writing finally block. I am writing here. And what I am writing here? Block of statements. Block of statements executes compulsorily. Compulsorily. So compulsorily I am writing here. So compulsorily that will be executing. Are you able to follow? How many blocks are there? Come on. So, Alok Pradhan, sir, in real time, can we use in car the exception handling program? Whatever the dashboard messages are coming, that are all called what? driver mistakes. That's why that are showing. Using sensors level of programming they written. Any message is convincing to the end user, they are called what? Exception generated messages only. Right, Alok Pradhan. So are you able to follow, students? How many blocks are there? 5. What is the first block? Try, except block, else block, finally block. Raise block will not come. Raise is not a block. Raise is a keyword only. Raise should not be called as block. I told up to only finally block. Raise I have separate explanation. Right now, don't worry. I hope you are following me. So what did you understand about the try block today? What did you understand about the try block? It is the block in which we write the block of statements generates exception. In other words, what are all the statements are generating exception? We will write that statements under which block? Try block. That's the first point. Hence, try block is known as what? Exception monitoring block. Second, execution part. When the exception occur in which block? Try block. PVM comes out of try block. Executes appropriate except block. Executes appropriate except block. Appropriate except block will execute and gives which message? Right. That is second point. After executing appropriate except block, is the PVM control go back to the try block once again to execute the rest of the statements? Never. It never go back. Once your pin number is wrong, will it go back to enter the pin number? No. That means even after execution of except block, PVM control never go to where? Try block. That is the third point. Fourth point, students. Once you write a try block, immediately you have to write what block? Except block. Just like a railway tracks. Every try block must be immediately followed by what? Between try block and except block, we should not write any intermediate statements. See, for example, I am writing print. Hello, I am writing. Hello, I am writing hello here. I am writing hello. What is happening? 10th line I am writing. 10th line I am writing. Print hello. Now I am saying here. See, students, davex2.py. Now I am going to write it. Error is coming. What is that? Syntax error. Between try and except, what should not be written? No intermediate statement should be written. We have to go for what? Every try block must be immediately followed by what? Yes. Following. That is the fourth point. Fifth point. Every try block must contain at least one except block must be there. Whenever I am writing try, compulsory I have to write what? One except block. At least one except block. But is it recommended to write only one except block? No. If I write only one except block, people can handle only one exception, only one user-friendly message. What about other user-friendly error messages? For that I have to write what? Other type of except block also will write it. When a patient go to the doctor, he will not write one tablet for all. If giving one tablet for all, that is, you don't know anything. He has to write multiple for every problem. He has to write it so that the problem will be solved or not. So, right. So, Deepak, we will use multiple try blocks, multiple try blocks. I will use it. I will tell you all those things in the class. Okay, now, Deepak, don't worry. We'll come across in the class. Shall I show you where I will use it? See, because you are exciting, because my classes will give you much excitement for you. Let me show you where I will use it. So, Deepak, you see in ATM demo, you see where I am using my dear student. You see here, one try block already used here, one try block. Inside the try block, one more try. Inside the try, one more try. Like that you see. Mind-blowing concept I will tell you, students. Deepak, are you following, my dear student? Yes. Oh, WO. Super, sir. Okay. I said already I will make you diamond, I said no. I will make you diamond. Provided if you read my notes. Beginning day I said what? Same thing. Today also. Last day also same. I will take you peaks. Once you follow my guidelines. If you don't come to the class, I cannot do anything. Generally, faculty nature is what? Beginning day hype created. later slow going on, going down. And they will going to keep it in the cellar. Cellar means what? Negative state. But in my class, it is not like that. What we start from cellar to first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor, Python floor. Immediately MNC is there. That is our standard. Am I coming late? Am I reducing my frequency of voice? Beginning day, whatever voice is there, same voice. Beginning day, I will not speak to online students daily, but I am speaking to every online student more carefully or not? Yes. So our commitment increased, responsibility increased, losing somewhere? Increasing. Last day also same responsibility. We should not leave the certain things. We have to persist those things. Right or not? So we have to make it. I will not leave you. Even if you sleep, I'll say continuously don't sleep, don't sleep. I'll continuously sleep. Okay, leave them sleeping, not like that. With my level best, I'll say don't sleep, don't sleep. 100 times I'll tell you, as long as you are in my class. But after the class, if you sleep, I am not responsible. I cannot, my try block will not work out there. My try block will work out here only. My Wi-Fi will work here only. It will not work out outside. Okay. Because I cannot tell to outsider, read well, because they don't know me. Because you know me, I know you, we are having some relation of teacher and student. So I can tell you my guidelines. You follow me well, I'll make you diamond. Right, students. Coming to the point of it. Now, DAV2.py. Yes, Prashant, we will give you that. Now, Soham. Yeah. Okay, my dear student. Thank you. Okay. Ambika. Thank you, ma. Okay. Right, students. Right. Soham. And one more thing is, of course, it is, you are observing my things. We don't want to go for any publicity. I don't have Facebook ID, Instagram. I don't go for it. I don't need it. Because our students get good knowledge. It is more than enough. I don't go for social media, YouTube content. I don't keep it. Why? More valuable things will not be kept in YouTube. Will it be? No. So one thing I want to say, because they are asking new batch. Monday, there is a 6 p.m. new batch is there. 6 p.m. new batch. 6 p.m. new